Hello and welcome to my channel. So today's my topic is how does the stock market works. Before that, I'm just going to tell you a quick summary or the recap that what we have done on the previous video. It was all about the stock market basics, then the shares, then how everyone or the people like all of us can take part in the company's shares and get the small ownership of that particular company, and also how the price movement happens due to the demand and supply, and I gave you some of the examples that how you can relate the stock market with the current practical real life scenarios. So these are the basics that I have done and worked on the previous video. I'll share the link over in that below, and the second video will also be in that particular playlist on the basics of the stock market. So yeah, so coming on to that today's topic, let me share you the screen. How does the stock market works? I hope everyone have wondered once in a while that what happens behind the screen or in the stock market. Exactly, whenever we all try to give the button buy or sell option in any of the broker apps, then you must be thinking, where does my money go? Where does my money go? Who gives these shares? And also how everything happens within a second, or you can say it's millisecond. So this type of questions always arises on your mind, that how does the money shifts from my place to someone who is not accountable or whom I have not seen, and how does I am getting the shares for a particular company even though I have not worked for that particular company, or I have never imagined to be in that company. So but even though I am trading the shares of that particular company, for that reason this is the topic, that how does the stock market works. And today I'm going to tell you that how it moves and how it works. So let's understand the system behind this. I'll take small examples. You will clearly get to relate to the stock market, what is behind the screen. The stock market not only is a single player, it involves multiple player. It involves multiple player, and each people or each of the system having their own jobs, specifically exchanges, then SEBI, then people like us, then brokers. So there are multiple systems like exchanges, SEBI, people like us who are the investors or the brokers. They are all part of this stock market. Like sometimes, who is totally new to the stock market, I hope some people know about the stock market, and some people uh, have not yet tried out to invest in some of the companies or or in the mutual funds, but it's okay, you came to the right spot. So let me tell you that we are having apps called Zerodha, Grow, Upstocks, Dhan, and so many others, etc. Okay, so these, what we call them as brokers. Brokers or the platform, these are the platforms where we can do our trades or buy the shares. Simple, in plain simple English, it's the platform where we are able to buy or trade or sell the stocks. Simple as that, right? You must be wondering that maybe they are this stock market. No, they are simple the applications, they are not stock market. The app is not a stock market. The brokers, are the bridges. They are the bridges between the common people and the exchanges. I'll be coming to this point later point of time. So just keep in mind that they are simple the bridges between the investors and also the exchanges, right? Now, coming on to a simple example, in our day to day life, please uh, take this example seriously. It's a simple example, and you can relate the whole of the stock market with this simple example, that how the system works in the stock market. And you can thank me later on. Fine. So coming on, say you want to order a food. Say it's biryani. Right? Now, where we can find, we are not going through offline position, we are going to try it online only. So we are having options called Swiggy and Zomato, right? Think these are the platforms. These are the platforms where we are able to order the foods for us. Now, you, as you want to take the food or you want to order the biryani from any restaurants, so you are the investors, you will be paying the money to Swiggy, Zomato as part of the commission and also to the restaurant. So you as an investor, right? So you will start searching for the food in the app, right? And you will see the multiple restaurants over there. you want to find the best match and also your probable amount that you want to invest in that particular biryani. Say for restaurant 1 it's 399, for restaurant 2 it's 349, for restaurant 3 it's 449. So what happened, and also it's nearly 10 kilometers away, it's 5 kilometer, and it's 2 kilometer. So you will be trying to find out the best possible situation for you. If you are too hungry, then you want the immediate food to be delivered to you. That means the restaurant which is only 2 kilometers far away from you, you will order that food only from that particular restaurant number 3. And if you are moderate hungry, that okay, I can wait for at least 1 hour and can get the best biryani from my town, so you may order it from restaurant 1 which is at least 10 kilometers far away from you. So the investor, or take an example of you, will try to find the best match. What is the best match for you? After selecting the restaurant 1 or restaurant 2 or restaurant 3, you will come to a conclusion. Say you have chosen restaurant number 2 at last. Take the example of the restaurant 2 as a company or seller, and you investor and buyer. Now you will make the payment over here. Once you have done the payment in the Swiggy or Zomato app, at that time the payment will be checked by whom? By the middle person or the Swiggy or the Zomato app. They will check the payment whether the payment is successful or not. Once it is successful, at that time it will show that yes, your food has been accepted at this restaurant number 2, and the food will be delivered shortly within like 45 to 50 minutes, say. Right? Now what happens? The delivery guy will come. And he will act as a broker over here. And will deliver the food to you. So that means what he is delivering? The shares. The delivery guy is the broker. What he is delivering? The food, that is the shares, that what we are buying from the Swiggy Zomato app. And who is the seller over here? The restaurant 2 is the seller. And the payment, who checks whether it's being verified or not, and whether it is successful or not, they are the SEBI. Let me again give you the brief that what I have discussed over here. You are the investor, the restaurant 2 is the seller, the delivery guy is the broker, the food is the share, and the payment is the SEBI. And if the food is being stored, at that moment the NSDL and CDSL, they are the National Securities Depository Limited, and this is the Central Depository Limited. So this I'll discuss this 2 points at later point of time. These are the depositories where it's kind of the special banks to keep the shares for themselves, or like where we do invest and the shares are being kept into their banks. So these are kind of storage to hold all of the shares for everyone. I hope that everyone got the idea that how we can relate this ordering a food from Swiggy Zomato with the stock market. Let's say Bishwa is having a company which is the ABC Technologies. You are the investor and you are buying 10 shares of my company at 1500 rupees, say. Now whenever you are trying to punch an order, that is to buy the shares, at that moment whenever you does the make the payment, it will directly go to the NSE or the BSE exchange, right? And at that moment, what does the exchanges will do, that NSE or the BSE, that exchanges will try to find a similar match for you. What does that match means? You are the buyer and exchanges will try to find the seller for you. Getting an idea? Whenever you go to a market, you are trying to buy something from a shop or from some person, so he will try to sell you that thing and you are going to buy that thing, right? Similarly here what happens in the exchanges, you are investing, you are buying something, a share, and in return the exchanges will provide you with the seller there itself. So once a match happens, or we call it as a deal, the deal happens, and you can buy those shares at that amount. After that you can check your you can check the broker account at that moment, and you can see that yeah, you have got 10 shares of that ABC Technologies, what where Vishwa is the owner. Fine. And the settlement, there is a word called settlement. uh, it happens after say 1 days or after 2 days, where you will get the total ownership of those shares and the sellers will get that amount for what you have given or what you have paid to that seller. So that's how the stock market works. It happens with the price, it happens with the shares, it happens with the trading. So everything in that stock market is all about buy and sell. Someone is buying and someone is selling. Say at the currently I am having a bottle of water, and I am I'm willing to buy at 10 rupees each, and someone is willing to sell it at 11 rupees. So at that moment it's not a match. But say I'm in a remote location where there is no supply of water bottle, and he is charging me rupees 20 at that moment, and at that moment I have no other supplies of that water bottle, right? So I'll prefer to buy that water bottle at rupees 20, even though I know that the normal price of that bottle is 10 rupees. I'm buying that bottle at the higher price, which is 20 rupees. And so it's all about at that moment. Yes, on the previous video I told about the demand and supply. See, here comes that the demand is much more for me to buy their water bottle from someone, right? And the supply is really less. So so it's like a online market bazaar, where in the stock market everyone is trying to buy, and someone is trying to sell at a higher price, and the buyers will always try to get any item or any shares at a lower price. So always try to uh, get an understanding with the real life, that how uh, you can able to justify your thoughts in the stock market with the practical examples. That's so simple is it. To learn about the stock market, I'm going to teach you in more simplest way, uh, in whatever way I can. So previously, uh, in 90s till 2007 8, or maybe 2010 11, I was I'm not aware exactly about that thing. Previously, who used to do the trades, like the experienced people who was doing the trades, and long before where the shares were stored in 1990s, to say in all the previous years till the brokers came in, the shares were used to be in the physical paper. Currently it's been into digital format, but previously it was in the physical paper. So for that reason we are all having the Demat account. It is a place, or it can be termed as the digital locker, where everything is stored in that particular Demat account. That's where that's where the NSDL and the CDSL comes in. These are the depositories. Let me clearly write, these are depositories where they store the shares. Simple as that. If you want to check the websites of this, you can google it, or you can check in ChatGPT, or in whatever way you can get a clear understanding of this NSDL and CDSL. These are the storehouse of the shares and all. I'm not going to dip into this. This is another topic. So these are the simple, you remember, they store the shares, and say for each of the broker, they will some of the broker will prefer NSDL, and some will prefer the CDSL. Even the banks which are offering the trades and all, they will take the NSDL or the CDCL. It totally depends upon them. Specifically, NSDL is for the NSE and CDSL is for the BSE. Even though I need to check it once, you can check it directly on the website over there. So that's all about the depositories, that where the shares are being stored for you. Now, why the price why the price always keeps moving up or down? One is for the demand and supply, and second is simple, when there is a match between buyer and seller. Whenever there is a match between the buyer and the seller, the deal happens at the exchanges in the NSE or in the BSE, and that's how you can buy a share or you can sell a share. It's so simple why the price moves up and down, and why you are watching the chart in going up and going down. So simple as that. The buyers are coming in, the sellers are going up. So that's how the stock market works on. And who keeps who keeps the check on these things, whether it's being fair, the match is being fair, whether the deal is fine and everything? There comes the SEBI. So it's SEBI's job to check that there is no insider trading, that no fake companies are getting involved, and also all the settlements are done instantly or in T+1 or T+2 days. So that's all how the system behind the stock market works. So this will be my last. I'm going to ask you one question. So why is it important? Why is it so important? To understand what happens behind the curtain of the stock market. Why is it so important to understand the systems behind the stock market? You must be telling that, yeah, at least I will get to know that how it works and all. No. The main thing is that whatever, even though how much scarier you feel to work in the stock market, this will remove all the thought processes that works behind in your mind. Like, if you understand the system, you will not be scared of the stock market. You must have heard that, yeah, stock market is a gambling, don't invest your money and everything. But everything has a process, everything has a system. See, whenever you are trying to buy or sell anything, you are using a broker or a platform, and that money is going to the exchanges, NSE and the BSE, and the SEBI takes part on that thing, and it's the SEBI's job so that your money does not go anywhere, to take care of that money. And when the SEBI's job is done, your shares are being stored in the NSDL or the CDSL, the depositories. So it's everything piled up or being systematic or in a systematic way. That's how the stock market works. It's not a gambling. It's That's where the real money is. So I hope that I gave you an insights how the stock market works, and the system behind the stock market. So before concluding this video, I must say, and I also want you to think that where does the shares are coming from, how the companies are selling the shares, and why are they selling. I've given an insight in the first video of the basics of the stock market. Even though you just think that why the companies are selling their shares, how they will get benefited. So it's and what are the process, and how they are launching on the exchanges. So these are all about the IPOs, initial public offerings, which I'm going to discuss on the next video. So till then, you just think and try to get an answer so that you can get a clear understanding while I discuss on that IPO videos, right? So thank you everyone for joining me in this video. I hope everyone liked this video, and uh, and I think my handwriting is too bad. I'm using the tablet to make you understand. So sometimes that stylus pen is not working. Uh, I hope you get a clear understanding. And if you feel anything that something is getting not clear understanding from my end, just ping me. I'll make you understand on that thing. Thank you, everyone.